Welcome to day 14 of the Flowing February Challenge. Halfway there. Today's class will focus on the shoulders by returning repeatedly to Dolphin. So we'll warm up the shoulders, a Dolphin style flow, and then stretches focused on upper body. So have a seat on your mat and roll the shoulders. Let's slow this down. Try to really get the back range. And reverse. Just a few more. Long, deep breathing. Last roll. One time, roll them back. Settle the shoulder blades along the back. Arms reach overhead and draw hands to heart center. Maybe enjoy this practice together. Satnam. Let's side bend to your left and your right. Nice reach with the arm here. So you ground through opposite sits bone. Maybe turn your gaze to look at that arm for a few rounds. One more round each way. Final time. And return to center. Arms can reach overhead. And with center body engaged, fold. Tuck the chin slightly, rock the head side to side. Massage the thyroid and release the neck. Then restack your spine. Hands come behind the body. If you're ready, maybe a little hip lift. Press into the hands. Sense what that's like. And lower right back down. Sufi grinds here. Circle one way and round and back. Ground through the pelvis. Just a few like this. Reverse directions. Inhale forward, exhale back. Grounded through pelvis and legs, heavy. One more time. And sit up nice and tall. Cup the shoulders with the fingers, arch through the upper back, and then round as the elbows come together. So arch upper back and round upper back. Inhale and exhale. Yes, the sense of broadness across the front of the chest, across the collarbones. Let's do two more. Last one, curl in on yourself and open and press those arms away, hands to the sides of the room. Bend at the second knuckle and return, bend and lengthen. Prepare the hands. And flip those palms, reach up one more time, and hands to heart center. Remember the crossing of the legs. Uncross. Windshield washers. Use the hands as a support here. Just to release a little bit through the hips, sitting a while. Press the feet into the earth, lift the pelvis off just for a moment. Press out of those hands. Feel what that's like. And lower right back down. And the opposite leg will cross in front. Side bend over to your right. and to your left from an anchored pelvis. And this time, maybe you look down as the other arm reaches. Look down, just an option to explore the neck. Help us in the practice to come. Let's do 2 more each side. One more to your left. And one more to your right. Return to center. Wiggle those fingers as you fold. Hands can ground, tuck the chin. Again, rock head side to side. Pause, slide hands in, circle the arms up, and draw hands to the heart. And again, cup those shoulders, open across the chest and round. So a few with this variation here. And now, next time you round, see if you can come more from low back. And open. So the low back is also trying to round back. And stack the spine. Two more. Final time. Open those arms as you press the palms away. And hands to the shins or thighs. Circle, Sufi grinds here. On economy of the hips with this opposite crossing. So a little more here. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And switch directions. Two more. Final circle. Sit up tall, hands behind the body as you lift the pelvis. Inhale. Maybe even stick with the tongue. And settle the pelvis back down. Uncross your legs, plant your feet, and windshield washers one more time. And meet me in tabletop. So on hands and knees or shins. Rock your weight forward and back as you start to stretch the fingers nice and wide on the mat, and then slightly squeeze them toward one another. So if you're squeezing it on the mat, so you lighten a bit through the center of the hand and through the wrists. Continue to rock and breathe. And then shoulders over those wrists. Slide that right leg back and return. Slide it out, draw it in. The toes could glide along the earth. Two more. Finding our steadiness through the upper body. Last one. And opposite leg. Slide it long and draw it in. As you do this, press through those hands. Head in line with spine. Let's do 3, 2. Last one, nice reach. Stay with the leg long. If you'd like, lift the opposite knee into a plank. Set the left knee down again and the right. Left knee lifts, then the right, left, then the right. Now the right lifts, then the left, right, left. One more time with still pelvis, right, left, right, left. Tuck those toes if you haven't already. Little rock again. Release through the wrists. If you'd like, sit back on your heels, interlace fingers, and roll through your wrists. If able, reach up into a kneeling position, arms overhead, and circle those arms around. 2 more, interlace fingers, reach, and circle. Last one, so you can have the opposite thumb on top. Reach, open across the chest, and then slide onto the belly. Press into your forearms to arrive in Sphinx and lower right back down. Hands come closer to the body so you can press up and back into a downward facing dog. Pedal those feet. For our first round, let's just walk, walk to the front of your mat. Hands to your shins. Lift up, reach through your crown. Inhale. And exhale to fold. So that 2 more times. Press through the hands, lengthen spine to parallel with the hips, and lower. 1 more time, reach. Long, 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 and fold. Bend those knees as much as you need and start to roll up through the spine as you exhale. As the arms sweep past the heart and up overhead. Inhale and exhale, hands to heart. Step back with that right foot to begin. Short stance, warrior 1. Arms reach as the front leg lengthens and pour the body forward. Bend that left knee and drape the right shin. Lift up through the torso here. Pelvis helps you lift. And hands to heart center. Inhale to rotate toward the left leg. And exhale to return. Inhale opposite way. Exhale and return. See what it's like to inhale in a rotation. See if that is something that serves you or not. Home reach side. Keep those legs nice and steady. And return to center. Hands can plant. Step back into your plank. Knees could come down or stay lifted. Lower, lower, lower onto the belly again. Press back into Sphinx. And this time stay and let the chest sink. And then press the earth away. Still preparing our shoulders. Let the chest sink and press away. So it's like the shoulders shrug toward your ears. Continue. 3, 2, use the exhale to press out. Engage slightly through the center that way. Last one, press. And for now, just release. Hands come closer to the body. Hips lift up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet, shake the head, yes. Shake it, no. And then walk to the front of your mat. Hands press into the shins as you lift halfway. Inhale. Exhale, fold. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. Bend those knees as much as you need. Roll up through the spine. Arms circle. Inhale, reach. Exhale back to center with the hands. Step back with that left foot, short stance, warrior 1. Find your footing and inhale, reach arms overhead and exhale to fold. Bend that right knee, set the left shin down, lift up through the torso, arms connect or hands connect at the top. Inhale and exhale. Hands draw to your heart center. Inhale to rotate toward the right lead knee and return. Other side, rotate and come back to center. Press through that lead foot and back shin. Keep the thigh still. A few more. One more each way. That sternum turns. Sternum turns. Nice. And hands can come down. Step back into a plank of choice. Knees up or down. If up, roll forward slightly. Activate through the fronts of the legs as you press through the hands and then lower, lower, lower to hover. Lift the chest through the arms and hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lower those knees, slide forward onto the belly. Press up back into Sphinx. And here, tuck those toes. Take a deep inhale. Exhale to start to lift the pelvis off the earth. Could stay here with the knees down, or the knees might also suction cup up toward the body in a forearm plank. Little rock here as you point and flex through the toes. And now interlace those hands and start to walk those feet in toward you to any degree. So actively squeeze through those arms. Maybe it's a little shorter. Maybe the feet don't come in as close this time. It's early in the practice. Lift one leg and then lower. Opposite leg could lift if you'd like, and lower. Let's do one more each side. Just testing the waters here. Nice. Lower those knees down. Hands will slide in toward the body as you roll up into a kneeling position. Arms circle. And draw hands to heart. Arms circle. And draw in. One more time. Circle those arms. And draw hands to heart center. And plant the hands. And lift those knees up. Suction cup them toward the body. Pause here. Around through the spine. And neutral curves. Round. Neutral curves. Engage that center, round. Neutral, then hips high, downward facing dog. Adjust your stance as you need. And that left leg, sweep it high. Bend the knee, stack the hips open. And return the hips to face the earth. And stack them open. And return. Hips and shoulders are very connected here. So let's play a little bit the hip. One more time. Open. Close. Really suction cup or hug that knee close to the chest as you draw your foot through. Nice long lunge here as we lift up through our torso here on an angle with the body. Hands to heart center here. Inhale, long spine. Exhale to rotate right elbow to the left thigh. And both press into one another, the back of the upper arm and the thigh, outer thigh. And return to center. Open up into a warrior two. Drop the back arm. Left arm reaches exalted. And then frame the front foot. Step back into plank again. Come forward with the body. Find your version of the chaturanga. Your version of the up dog. And your version of down dog. Lower those knees to hover in that little crouch. But then set them right down. Slide forward onto the belly. Press up into Sphinx. And here we are again. Tuck those back toes. Lift the pelvis off the earth. Nice option to stay here the entire time, or lift those knees. Interlock the fingers, maybe opposite them on top to what you're comfortable. And start to walk those feet in toward you. Again, to any degree, must be such an active press through the arms. Head is nice and still here. Left leg reaches this time and return. Right leg and return. Use your breath here. Nice and strong. Your arms and opposite foot. Let's do one more each side. Final time. Nice work. Those legs can walk back a little bit so you can find the plank once more. Then the knees will come down. Release those hands and walk the hands in toward the body. Find a little mini child's pose here with the toes tucked perhaps. And then hips up and back, downward facing dog. That right leg will come high. Bend the knee, stack the hips open, and then close the hip so it faces the earth. Open to the side and close. So if you like this. Last one, open, close, and see if you can really hug that knee close, 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 and draw it through. Find your high lunge here, body's angled forward, strong through the back foot. Arms can reach by the sides of the ears. Hands draw to the heart with the next exhale. Inhale, long spine. Exhale for the rotation today. Hook that left elbow onto the right thigh. Another breath in. Return to center, blade the back foot as you open up the arms. So open in a warrior two to the left side wall. Drop that left arm. Your right arm will reach up and cartwheel the hands down to frame front foot as you pivot on the back toes. Find your plank again. Your version of chaturanga. Your version of the up dog. And find down dog. Let's hover those knees above the earth. That little crouch. And then extend the legs. Little crouch. And extend. One more time, little crouch. And set the knees down. Slide the hands in. Roll up through the spine. Arms can circle. And then open them out to the sides. Maybe by now, ready to interlace fingers or reach back a little further. Circle the arms around again. And back to the heart. Overhead. Reaching behind. Maybe interlace. Broaden across chest. Arms circle. Return to front of heart. One more time. Reach. Circle. Interlace as option. And release that and slide forward onto the belly. Find your sphinx once more. And let's just practice that sink and press as we reestablish the press. One final time. Nice. And inhale. Exhale to lift the pelvis off the earth, tuck the toes. Maybe the knees lift, maybe they don't. Interlace your fingers, opposite thumb on top, and walk the feet in. Any degree, right leg. And set the toes down. Your left leg reaches and lowers. Press, press, press through those arms. Last time each side. Again. And lower those knees to hover and then set them down. Find a child's pose here. Press hips towards heels. Slide the hands in toward the body and in behind. Lift through the hips and lower. Lift and lower. One more time, lift. Lower the hips. Slide forward onto the belly. Find a little sphinx or maybe a low cobra. And return to the earth, hands press into the mat, hips up and back, downward facing dog. The left leg rises. Come onto the right toes and see if you can draw that left leg through. Blade back foot, circle arms up. So you're in a warrior two, open to the right side wall. Press those arms as if they're pressing into a table. And lengthen the lead legs and hips back in space. Left arm angles down, right arm reaches to sky. Return into a reverse warrior. Left arm up, reaches high. And find runner's lunge. Pivot on the back toes. Turn to the short edge of your mat. Hands pressed together at heart center. Lengthen through crown. And rotate toward the left. Again, that right elbow or right upper arm can hook. Maybe the arms open this time. Return to closed. Face, torso faces the earth. Hands can come down. Plank. And this time, hips high, down dog. Lower the knees. Hands or forearms on the earth, interlace fingers. So just a different way to get into a dolphin here. Then hover the knees and lower. Hover and lower, or just hover above the earth too. We could just tap them as well. And one more time, suction cup legs toward you, then lengthen them out as you press through the forearms. Walk those feet in as much or as little as you'd like. Really come onto those left toes as the right leg lifts. And lower down. Press into those right toes as the left leg lifts and lowers. One more each side. Final time. Nice. And lower the knees, slide forward onto the belly. Low cobra perhaps. And belly finds the mat. And slide the hands closer to the body. Engage through center as you exhale and lift hips high, downward facing dog. That right leg will go high into the sky. Lift, lift, lift onto the left toes. Bend that right knee, draw it through as best you can. Blade back foot, warrior two, open up to that left side wall. Lengthen that right leg back in space. Reach the crown, reach, 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 reach. And then right arm down, left arm up. Triangle. Rebend that right knee as you sweep that same arm up. And pivot on the back toes and turn this into a runner's lunge. Hands come to heart center, lengthen through the crown. Rotate toward your right this time. Maybe the arms extend for a moment. And then return your body to face the earth. Hands can plant. And this time, let's step forward. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to fold and roll up through the spine. Arms can circle. And hands to heart. Sink into chair, squeeze thighs toward one another. And then fold. Stay in the fold for a moment and arrive on your right toes and sweep that leg up and back. Maybe parallel here, or perhaps you try needle. Inhale and exhale, nose toward knee as that right leg reaches higher to the sky. Pause. One more breath in. And exhale, return the feet side by each. Sink the hips, find your chair, and fold again. That left leg sweeps back. See how high you can get. Lift and reach through that left leg, toe or nose toward the knee. Another breath in and exhale. Feet side by each, find chair and fold. Step or hop back into your plank. On the hands here, pause in the plank. And then rotate toward your left. You could stack the legs or have them kind of like one in front of the other, top leg in front of back leg. And return. Hips high, downward facing dog. Take that crouch, bend those knees, kind of sink the hips. And then shoot the body forward into a plank. Hips high, down dog. Bend those knees, press forward, and hips high. One more time, find the plank, and then rotate toward the right. Stack the legs or right foot and top and front, left one. Return into your plank, crouch, and hips high, down dog. And can you come into a dolphin with the hips high? If not, lower the knees, interlace the hands, and press into forearms. High onto those right toes, left leg, high, 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 high. Maybe even hop on the right foot. Just a little. And then return the left foot to the earth on the toes. Right leg reaches, maybe a little hop, little hop. Lift that left leg a little. And return. Widen those knees. Sink. Hips to heels. Child's pose. Perhaps turn the palms up. Draw the shoulder blades down the back a little. See what that's like. Palms turn down again. Sweep the hands to the left. And stack the right hand on the left one if you'd like. That right hand will slide along the left arm and open up. Lift through the torso just slightly here. And sweep it closed. Sweep it open. And circle closed. One more time. Sit up nice and tall. That right hand can plant, left arm can reach up right here. Or if the hips feel open enough, you could lift them. And return to sit in hero and find child's pose. Hands will slide to the right this time. Maybe stack left hand on top. Left hand, slide it along right arm, lift up the torso a little, reach, reach, reach across chest, and sweep arm closed. Reach your arm open and closed. One more sweep. And sit up tall as that left hand comes toward your side. Right arm can reach, so here, or hips lift here. Lots of options. And hips descend. Slide forward on the belly. Press up maybe into final sphinx or low cobra. And release, release, release. Reach that right arm out to the side or bend the elbow in cactus. And you can experiment with either. Start to use that left hand to roll a little to the right or a little to the right, and maybe you stay here. Or perhaps the legs bend, roll fully onto that right side, or back leg, or top leg rather, could become the back leg, plant the foot. Whatever feels good in your shoulder. Want to be in charge of how much you stretch here. Widen the breath. Take another breath in and exhale. So you return to your back, other side or belly, other side. That left arm can reach and extend or bend it into cactus. Right hand presses into the earth. Slight little push and release of the hand to start to roll a little bit onto the left side. And maybe you stay here. Maybe the knees bend or the back leg could have foot planted, your knee to sky. It feels good on your hips. We want to stretch your upper body here and some stability through the low body. Two more breaths. Another inhale and exhale as you return onto belly. And bow tie is next. You can press up into Sphinx once more. That right arm can weave underneath the left one. So between upper arm and armpit. Okay. Take it over as far as you'd like. And you could stay here, lowering that right shoulder, or you could cross that left arm right over top. I'm in a bow tie here position, or broken wing. Chin could rest on the arms. A few more breaths. One more inhale and exhale to take that left arm, sweep it back out in front of you, press into the forearm to help you unravel the right arm from underneath. Find that Sphinx again. This time, that left arm weaves underneath the right one. Other hand could stay where it is, or it could cross. Arm could cross over to opposite side. Lower down if able. Few more breaths. Breathe in and out as that right arm comes back out in front of the body. So you can press your forearm enough to slide that left arm out. And this time, descend onto belly. Arms can extend overhead. Just breathe. And roll onto your back. Knees to chest. Perhaps a rock side to side. And set the left foot on the earth. Could slide the leg long if you'd like, or keep it bent. Legs might shift a bit to the right, and then, or the hips rather, and the legs will come left in the supine rotation. Open across that right arm to increase the stretch through upper body. Another inhale. And exhale to return to your spine. Just pause. And then slide the left leg in, right leg can go long or stay bent. Maybe if you need, shift the hips a bit to the left so that hips in line with shoulder and legs go right. You could play with the angle of that left arm. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Another breath in. And exhale to return to the back. Pause. And then lengthen the left leg. Find your Savasana. Option of some breath work. 3-part breath. Small inhale. Another sniff of air. And a final sniff. And exhale through the mouth. Small inhale. Again. And again. Let it go. So continue this pattern of small inhales, perhaps 3 times. And exhale through mouth. Notice how this lifts your chest as you complete your final round. And let the breath go. Let it be natural. Notice how the chest and shoulders feel. The neck. The jaw. The cheeks. The nose. The eyes. The eyebrows. The forehead. And sense into the center of your forehead. Return your attention to the heart space. Maybe you can sense both the forehead and the heart space. Foster that connection. And sense yourself here on the mat, heavy into the body, as you still feel the lightness of the breath. Begin to add movements into the body. Maybe you wiggle the fingers and the toes, or circle wrists and ankles. Reverse any circles. Maybe a long body stretch. And a knee hug. Maybe a final happy baby. Widen the thighs to the outsides of the ribs. Clasp where you'd like. Hug those knees back into the chest to roll onto your favorite side. When you're ready, press yourself up. Seated. Find your sits bones, the length of your spine, anchored at the pelvis, and yet tethered to the sky. So it lifts you, stretches you. Spine is long. Circle those arms overhead. Draw hands to the heart center. May our thoughts come from our hearts. Hands to the throat and the mouth. May our words be kind yet empowered. And hands land at the heart. May what we do come from this place. Thank you for practicing with me today. Sat Nam. If you liked that practice, join me for class number 15 tomorrow.